city that's given so much. A city of people who aren't afraid to get their hands dirty. A city of makers, entrepreneurs, musicians, artists. A city of laughter, memories, and people who will welcome others in with a cup of heartwarming handmade coffee. A city of people, young and old, working together. People who explore, live, and grow together. But what makes this place special? Being listed year after year as one of the best places to raise a family. Maybe because we have a community recognized for its safe neighborhoods and revered for its low unemployment. A city where adventure is everywhere you look, where you can pioneer your own story. We've opened a new page to write on for the generations ahead. Welcome to Bismarck. Come write your story.
Good morning. Welcome to 1 Million Cups. How's everybody doing today? All right. What a great, boisterous crowd this morning. Thank you all for making this part of your day. Kind of a chilly day. We've seen worse, but thank you for being here. You're obviously a big part of this. We can't have the impact that we do without all of you, so thank you. Quick question, how many of you have never been to a 1 Million Cups before? I know, look at that, welcome, let's go, welcome, yeah. Well, really glad to have you here. Hopefully this won't be the first time or the last time that we see you guys. So, for your benefit, what are we doing here? Why did you get drugged here, or why did you stumble in the door, or whatever the case may be? So, we're a free weekly program. We've been doing this. This is our 13th year of doing this. We put an entrepreneur, a community builder, somebody that's doing something super interesting, super cool in our community. We put them on the stage, hear their story, and then we have an opportunity at the end to interact with them a little bit, ask them some questions, maybe offer some suggestions, offer them some contacts that we might have that's going to help them on their journey. So we do that every Wednesday right here, Dakota Stage, although we'll have a few field trip things this year too that we'll tell you about later. The whole idea is, can we change the face of our startup community over 1 million cups of coffee, thus 1 million cups. So hopefully you all got your coffee this morning and got mugged. We had a lot of mugging going on up there this morning. So welcome, welcome. All right, we like to thank our sponsors. These are our Venti sponsors. These are the largest dollar sponsors. And they provide some cash that help us rent this theater and put on some of the events, like our Christmas event and some other things. We also have our Grande sponsor, which also a cash sponsor. And then tall sponsors, and these guys also provide some cash. We run a pretty tight ship, but it still does take a little bit of money to make this thing go, but we try to be good stewards of their generous donations. And then we have a bunch of in-kind sponsors, and these are companies that let their employees actually spend some time on our behalf. It actually takes a fair amount of time to coordinate and organize and put this thing together every week with only volunteers. So fortunately, we've got some companies and some organizations that allow their staff to spend some time on behalf of 1 Million Cups, and we greatly appreciate all of them. Okay, as I mentioned, we're going to have Q&A at the end, so as we're hearing from this wonderful panel of speakers here today, be thinking about questions you might have about them, their organizations, about Giving Hearts Day in general. So be thinking about that. Ross is going to be running our mug mic around, so just throw your hand in the air and he'll get that mic to you and you can get your questions answered. All right, community announcements. We do have a few of these today. First, we always like to talk about the national day. Today is Library Shelfie Day, which kind of, I don't know how much sense that makes. Maybe Tyler can shed a little light, but I think the concept is taking a selfie and posting it of you with your bookshelf. And I don't know if any of you do this, but if I see somebody, posting a photo and I see a bookshelf in the background, you kind of zoom in and see what they read. Do you do that? Is that just me? No. Okay, good. I don't know. It's just neat. You can learn something about people. So. Is that creepy? I don't know. It's just a thing, right? Anyway, it's totally allowed today. It's National Library Shelfie Day. So if you think of it, snap a photo and post it. And in fact, you can even tag National Day on that. So that leads us right into Tyler. Oh, that's not me.
Yeah, that looks more like me than you live in. But well, good morning, Tyler DeMars. I serve on the board of the Bismarck Library Foundation here in Bismarck, and so National Library Shelfie Day. I ask if you're going to participate. Please tag our Bismarck Veterans Memorial Public Library in whatever shelfie you're posting. You can show off how well read you are, or like me, most of the books I have haven't been quite finished yet, so how well read I aspire to be, but nobody's double checking, so it's all right. At the library, we have a couple events coming up here. The Library Bird Club, and if you didn't know, yes, we do have a bird club at the library. On Monday, February 2nd, Dale Einert, who's somewhat of a subject matter expert on birds in North Dakota and bird behavior, is going to be there to talk about birds native to North Dakota, some of their habits, and the role they play in our ecosystem. So if you're a birder, I think that's the word for it. If you are a birder, check out this event February 2nd at the library, 7 to 8 p.m. And we got one more here. So one of the programs that's going on in Bismarck Mandan over this month is Winterfest. So Winterfest is spearheaded by the Northern Plains Heritage Foundation and a number of other community partners. It's a celebration of winter in Bismarck Mandan. It goes a month long, and there's a number of different events going on. If you go to winterfest.org, you can see that all of the events they've organized as part of this. But one of them is at the library here, and it's this Hygge hangout. And this is a Danish term. And I agree, they throw a bunch of random letters together and then pronounce it Hygge. But what it is, Hygge is a mood of coziness, of contentment, of kind of being warm, playing board games, doing puzzles, maybe some crafts. And we're doing a community Hygge hangout at the library Saturday, February 7th, 1 to 4 p.m. So I'm guessing we've all had this mood recently with the cold weather. Here's a chance to do it with community and meet some new people, have a good time. It's all ages, of course, so Saturday, February 7th, 1 to 4 at the library. Check it out if you can. Thank you.
Thank you, Tyler. All right, David.
All right, good morning, guys. My name is David St. Peter. I'm a teacher up at the Bismarck Public Schools Career Academy. 5 or 6 years ago, I started Empowered, which is an option for our juniors and seniors to get their core credits in part through community embedded projects. And when we started and I had 20 students, it was really fun for me to go out and make all these project opportunities happen by connecting with people like you. Now that we're up to 130 students, I'm having like a mental crisis about how do I keep up with the need for as many projects as I have kids. So I'm making this Project Pitch Palooza happen tomorrow. I know it's a little bit last minute, but if you're just hearing about it, you're still welcome to come. We need your back burner projects, problems, tasks. We've got so far about 20 people coming tomorrow pitching about 30 different projects for our 130 empowered students. We found that back burner work is really the sweet spot because it's stuff that would be nice for you to have done, but it's not necessarily mission critical, where if my high schoolers take a long time or fail it, we don't want it to adversely impact you. So some of the people coming tomorrow are pitching things like digital design, awareness campaigns, having students fill free little libraries, all kinds of random things. And then our students will see if that's interesting and sign up for that for the spring. So feel free to scan the QR code there. I also have flyers in the lobby. I'll be hanging out today, so if you want to come ask me about it at the end, feel free to. Even if you don't have a project, but you want to just come be a part of the event and hear more about what we have going on, you're welcome to come to the Career Academy tomorrow from 9 to 10. We'd love to meet you. Thanks.
Thank you, David. That's a great program. Bismarck Mandan Chamber EDC took advantage of that. I believe it was last year, and had the students do a project for them that really turned out well. And Brenda will talk your ear off about it. She really thought that was a terrific experience for them. So thank you, David. All right. We've got, there we go.
Hi, I'm Lane Hoffer. I'm the Grant and Development Manager at the Buzzell Resource Center. We have our Galentine's Day brunch is coming up on February 8th. It's a Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday. I'm sorry. But it's in the morning, so if you can see both. I know sometimes Super Bowl is like a whole day type thing. But yeah, it's coming up on Super Bowl Sunday. It's going to be at the Baymont Inn in Mandan. Tickets are available. There's the Eventbrite link. If you have questions about the Abuse Adult Resource Center, come find me. I'll be here afterwards. But yeah.
Thank you. Anybody else? I think that's the last one we had a slide for. Anybody else have an announcement they'd like to throw out today? No. Okay. Well, awesome. Well, then we're going to jump right in. I think we got enough content to get us through our hour here today. So today we've got Deidre Hillman with 13th Hat that's going to talk about Giving Hearts Day. But before, she wanted us to open with a video. So let's do it.
I'm Amanda Sayer. I'm the Chief Programs Officer at Dakota Medical Foundation. One of my favorite things about Giving Hearts Day is watching the ripple effects throughout the community. I've seen children get excited about Giving Hearts Day. I've seen businesses get excited about Giving Hearts Day. People can be a champion for one nonprofit. They can be a champion for 10 nonprofits. They can be a champion for their city and every single nonprofit that's in their backyard. There's just so many different ways to get involved. It's just the invitation to the community to be a part of something wonderful, I think, is one of my favorite things about Giving Hearts Day.
It's such an important day to invite people into our mission and to let the community know what we're up to, just to have a way to engage a lot of our volunteers and have a lot of fun.
We needed Giving Hearts Day to get started. We're only 4 years old, and yeah, it's a fundraising opportunity, but more so it allows us to have a platform to reach so many new people that we just couldn't do ourselves.
I think the best thing about Giving Hearts Day has been the connections of all the other organizations that are out there. It's really been powerful to be able to meet and get to know many of these organizations and be collaborative with many of them, that we are all kind of going for the common goal.
Talking to the new charities and hearing how passionate they are when they talk about their mission and what change they want to make in the community. I think that's really important for new nonprofits to remember, is their passion will translate to the community. There's two things we try to be pretty upfront about. One is that I always want to let them know that they're in charge of their own success. And success means something a little bit different for each and every charity, but you need to define that for yourself and build your plan around that.
The preparation is pretty extensive. It is on our calendar, and we do planning typically a year ahead almost, where we are considering what opportunities we have in partnering with other businesses that maybe want to be a match donor, what events maybe we want to have on that day, of what we want that to look like.
It's about taking what works for your group, your organization. I'm the only staff person, and we have volunteers who help us with everything else. And so that means, are we going to do everything we think of? No. Are we going to pick the things we feel like are going to be most impactful? Yes. And that's the nice thing about Giving Hearts Day. You don't have to do everything. You just have to do something.
The second thing I tell people is that they're definitely going to get out of it what they put in. We are going to offer a ton of templates, tools, trainings, and coaching, and we like to cater those trainings to where you are in your Giving Hearts Day journeys.
There's so much going on in our days, and it's often easy to move something down the calendar. Like, oh, that's not next month, I don't need to worry about it. But I think the neat thing about the Giving Hearts Day trainings is it allows me an hour out of my day to stop everything I'm doing and thinking about why Giving Hearts Day, and helps hold us accountable to doing what we need to do throughout the year to make Giving Hearts Day successful.
One of the most beneficial things has been getting to do this with other nonprofit leaders. I get to sit at a table with some people who are next level. They just know what they're doing, and they're willing to pour into you. And I have been the recipient of so much mentorship through these opportunities. It is so wonderful.
We're going to do our best to illuminate a path for you, but ultimately it's up to the charities to walk that path. So you need to set a goal, you need to build your team, and you need to create a plan.
As the years have gone by and as we've continued to grow, one thing that has been really valuable is figuring out how to best steward those relationships, how to say thank you well, and make them not just a transactional Giving Hearts Day donation for one day, but a long-term relationship between the donor and your charity for the good of your mission.
One of our sayings at Down Home is do your best and let God do the rest. Being a part of Giving Hearts Day really allows us to enter into that more It equips us financially, yet it also activates volunteers in our community, and there is an exceptional ripple effect. We see donors that then are on our mailing lists, and their entry point was Giving Hearts Day.
It brings people who are champions for you. DMF is a champion for your charity. Other charities are a champion for your charity. Nobody's really competing with you. Everyone wants everyone to win.
You don't have to do it alone. Ask people to be part of your team. They can be volunteers, they can be board members, they can be friends, they can be family. Ultimately, the gift that you're giving to them is so much bigger than the gift that they're giving to you. You're giving them purpose and meaning, connection to community, and a chance to be a part of something that's so much bigger than themselves.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for allowing me to be back on the stage. We're going to talk about a day that somebody, I think, said it best. On Monday, I was presenting to a small group, and they said, this is one of the reasons why we live in a place where the air hurts our face. Giving Hearts Day. This is such a unique and wildly fun opportunity that we have in the state of North Dakota that we all get to be a part of. I'm going to share a little bit about how I got involved. This is my third time being on the stage talking about Giving Hearts Day. So thank you organizers for allowing us to be here and share more about Giving Hearts Day. These platforms are fantastic for us to help crush any maybe rumors or misunderstandings about Giving Hearts Day, but also help elevate and get in front of those charities before actually Giving Hearts Day comes. So I'm Deidre Hillman. I have a business called the 13th Hat. For the last 2 years, I was saying it's a corporate event planning company, but we've actually rebranded, and now we're Events with Purpose because we are helping plan social events. Yes, weddings, even though I swore I would never plan weddings. We are actually planning weddings now. And so my teammate Kayla is here. I'm going to refer to her a couple of times because if you have questions afterwards, please come see one of us and reach out to us. But 13th Hat, 3 years ago, I guess it was, we tend to attract a lot of nonprofits. We're an event planning team. We work with a ton of nonprofits on their fundraisers, their galas, their open houses, you name it. And a lot of our clients were saying, you should really do something for Giving Hearts Day. I didn't really know what that meant, even though I used to wear the hat of a director for a nonprofit. We never participated. And truly, I didn't understand how it would benefit us. And so I made a phone call to Pat Trainer. If you don't know Pat, he was in the video several times. So he's based in Fargo. He's actually living in Bismarck right now. So I'm thrilled to have him here and seeing what we do in our community locally. But I sent him an email and said, what would it look like if 13th Hat got more involved with Giving Hearts Day? I think 15 minutes went by and my phone rang. Less than a month later, I was out in Fargo meeting with the team, and I walked out of the office with all kinds of logo gear. So if you get involved with Giving Hearts Day, you know they are all about the swag. The t-shirts, the buttons, which, by the way, if I can ask one of probably 3 favors today as you leave, grab swag. I'm going to talk about Henry the Cutout. I've got him here as well. But please, I don't want to haul all of that back to my car. So grab goodies as you leave, and let's really get you all colored in red and white as well. But the idea really blossomed, and I'm going to tell you just really briefly about that 3-year journey and the state of address today. But before I get into that, I want to just take a moment and educate you on Giving Hearts Day. It is not just a website. It is truly a movement. It is an opportunity to give back to charities that are doing so much in our communities. And I promise you, you'll go to this website. I should have done a better job on this screenshot. There's all kinds of ways you can filter this down. I filtered by Bismarck because that's where we are, but I'm a Bowman Bulldog, so you can type Thanks, Danelle. That's right. People from Bowman really love to claim that. So you can filter it down by maybe you're interested in services for senior citizens, for veterans, for education, whatever it is, in whatever community. You can find charities locally that talk to you, I guess, and that you're passionate about, and you can slice and dice it. That's an important tool. Not only that, I could get up here and tell you all kinds of statistics, like we raised almost $32 million last year, which that's wild. Yes, thank you. That is wild. As the event planner of the main event, I think it's about 3 days later that sits in with me, and I really go, wow, I was a part of that. I was a part of that movement right there. But use this tool, use this website, and I'm gonna talk about it again. But I just want to make sure that you know that there is a website out there with all kinds of information. If you're an individual and you want to know how to get involved, if you're with a school system and you want to know how to get your school involved, there's a whole tab about how to get schools involved with Giving Hearts Day. Or if you're a business owner or somebody who can get your business involved locally, this is a great tool for you. So year one for me, after I made that phone call and said I've got an idea, I think, and it blossomed, was I needed to get to know the charities. There's almost 70 of them locally here that participate in Giving Hearts Day, and I'm going to tell you that number is just a tiny bit not accurate because, for example, if we were to search for Bismarck on that prior slide, BioGirls, is everybody familiar with BioGirls? Yeah, oh hi, you're here, good morning, welcome. That means you're getting my emails, that makes me happy. Okay, so, so BioGirls is located in Fargo, and so when they register as a charity, they're registered at their corporate location. But we all know BioGirls is here. My daughter is in our running club for the 3rd year in a row. We absolutely love that charity in our community. They've got their art club, they've got their running club, they've got their dance clubs. So just know that too. Start your search with that category of what you're passionate about and then narrow it down by community. But we have a learning series that takes place every second Thursday leading up to Giving Hearts Day, and you heard it on the video that these charities just didn't decide on January 1st they want to be a part of Giving Hearts Day. Like, oh, we're going to fall short on our fundraising this year, so let's jump in. No. They had to sign up months and months ago, I think by July something. Yep, August 1st, something like that. They had to commit. And then Amanda talked about in the video, there's tools, there's trainings, there's mentorship, there's all kinds of ways for them to decide what their Giving Hearts Day campaign is going to look like. And we really try to be that platform and launch pad for them to be set up with success. So that was the first thing I had to do, and I wanted to do, is get to know the charities that are involved. What are things that are holding them back? New charities that maybe have heard about it and aren't sure if it's a good fit for them. And so these are just some photos from that first and second year of us getting involved with Giving Hearts Day, and I mean us by the 13th hat getting involved. And then year 2 was about learning about how do we educate and get businesses involved, and I'll talk more about that here in a minute. But there's a couple things that have grown over the years, and you may or may not be familiar. I've got Henry up here, the cutout. And so Henry is available to help us track and bring awareness for charities that need goods. So the first year we went to the zoo and we took them, that was really cool. That's one of those fun hats wasn't on my bingo card to like go in the exhibits at the zoo and bring Henry, and that was part of their campaign of just, this is what these animals need, so please come drop them off at the Henry at Dakota Zoo. Then this other one example in the middle is Terry's Health. And so I cannot remember, I can't remember which organization they were fundraising for, and I can't read that because I turned 46 this year. So, but they had a goods drive. So they had Henry in their storefront that said, grab a can of soup and pay for it, and then we will bring it to the charity that's doing a foods drive. So it could be diapers, it could be cat food, it could be clothing, whatever charity it is. And again, that website is going to tell you what that organization needs. But if you're interested in a Henry, that's one thing we can hook you up with today. And then the gift cards. And I actually, gift cards are fantastic. So the way that gift cards work is you go online, you purchase a gift card, and then you gift it to somebody like you would a gift card. But they do not go bad. So if you maybe are an employee and you have 10 employees and you're like, I'm going to give each one of my employees $50 and I want them to pick a charity of their choice. What's cool about that is they have skin in the game and they're going to pick an organization that they have passionate about, right? So they're more likely to use it. The second thing is when you purchase that, you opt a charity that it defaults to. So if you're like me, and I probably still have like a Dairy Queen gift card from 1999 that every time I go to Dairy Queen I forget to use, right? And it doesn't expire, but it's just hanging out in my purse. It defaulted. It went to the charity of your choice, so it doesn't go bad. So I actually need 2 volunteers because I'm going to put this to use. I've got $100 to give away to a charity. So I need 2 volunteers to come up with me today. Okay. Jet, are you coming up or are you heading to the airport? Beautiful, okay. So here's what I have for you. I'm gonna put you to work. And actually, I have somebody, can you check behind that curtain for me? I have somebody that wants to help with this part. Oh, I forgot. We also have a ginormous Henry. So Henry is also new. I've officially adopted a new child, and I just run this character all over town. And so Henry is Harper, my daughter, who was the little girl in the video in the beginning painting on the wall. She thinks it's pretty cool. She's the only kid in the world that has this character in her home. And I love it when this character isn't in my home and Henry is out in the community. And so you can also borrow Henry if you want him to come to a school. I think he's going to a choir event tonight. He's going out to Kitty City. He's been at Dream Center. They're using it for commercials that they're creating. I can't remember where all Henry's going, and he's booking up fast, right? Okay, so on the main day, he'll be with us with the exception of, Chris is gonna use him at the Ann Carlson Center, but please let us know. We want Henry to make appearances throughout the community. And so I know it's hard. Hi, how are you doing in there? And by the way, if you've never been a mascot before, it's probably, again, one of the coolest hats I've ever worn, is people don't know who you are, and they're either really scared of you or really excited. So you have random people that come up and take pictures with you. Some ask for permission, some don't. But it's really cool. So Henry, if you don't mind, have our two volunteers up here. And what I've got for you guys is I've got 2 gift cards. See this one? Yep. That's to you. Henry, can you give the, should I just, okay. Yeah, the big debate is, does Henry talk or not? Probably not. I mean, it's fun not to talk. Right, Lindsay? No, okay, Lindsay. Okay, then I have 2 more gift cards for you to give away to 2 people. So you're gonna get $50 today. You're gonna use one and you're gonna pay forward one. Okay, and I want you to report back to us how easy or hard it was. I bet you can. I do. I think you could probably do. I don't want to tell you not to listen to me, especially you, Jed. I know, because I know you probably zone me out often, but can we give it up for Henry? All right, so Henry, do you want to go backstage? Do you want to hang out here with me? Okay, I'm gonna. Okay. I'm just gonna tuck you because I know. Yeah, do you want to go help? I think Kayla's going to help you in back. Okay, yeah. You hang out. You guys hang out. Okay, so that's how easy gift cards is and fun. And last year, somebody gifted me one, and guess what I did? I forgot to use it. So it was really fun to get an email then from the charity that I had never heard from that sent me a thank you note that I gave on their behalf, that I give my gift card to them. So again, pretty cool. Other ways you're going to see Giving Hearts Day popping up in the community. Is Kyle here today? That's so wild. I feel like that's, I hope he's okay, because Kyle's usually everywhere. Kyle is my helper when it comes to Giving Hearts Day. He's my co-host, and he took over the Capitol. Last week there was a special session up at the Capitol, and so he took Giving Hearts Day cards up to all the representatives and asked them to keep Giving Hearts Day in the forefront of their minds as they're making some of these decisions, but also giving back in their own communities. Giving Hearts Day is splashed on a van. Are you all familiar with the mobile billboard billboards, Black Star. So they're actually neighbors with Pat Trainer, who I said is living in Bismarck right now for the next, well, through July it sounds like. But so we've got mobile advertising now going on. And then Hannah and Caroline, it's like the only way I can pay my gratitude is do things like put pictures of you guys up on big screens. So there's Hannah and Caroline. We're going to talk next about the Paint the Town Red contest that we have going on. And so they're out there in our lovely winter weather handing those out. So one thing that I've got up front for you to grab if you are interested in Paint the Town Red. So easy. This is a way to get competitive with fellow coworkers. Like, let's start, what's the billboard wars? Like, let's start something like that here in our community. So essentially, you want to grab one of these cards or get in touch with Hannah or Caroline and they'll get you a packet. But you are going to compete on who can make their storefront the best version of Giving Hearts Day and paint it red. That can be getting your staff involved, and I've got some examples here, but there's some timelines on there, and we're giving away to first place $500 to donate to the charity of their choice. So charities also, as you're talking to businesses, tell them, hey, do you want to get access to free $500? Get involved with this competition. It'll be a social media contest where people go on and vote. And then here's just some examples. So Fabricators converted a bathroom to All Things Giving Hearts Day. I think that's Seeds storefront. Michelle, does that look familiar to you? Seeds did this last year with Giving Hearts Day. And then Dialectic, and then that is a Salon Sheer Bliss in the mall. And so please get involved with that contest. Okay, we're gonna hear from some others here shortly, some of the charities, but the one other thing I wanna tell you is, this is the second thing that if you could do for me today other than take swag, is go vote. 25 grand. When was the last time you gave out $25,000 to a charity? And I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure you can vote daily. The one thing I'm going to tell you is if you have a charity in mind and you don't know if they're a Giving Hearts Day participant, then go back to the website and confirm if they're a Giving Hearts Day charity. I have had businesses that want to do a check presentation. They call me and they're like, can we borrow the big Giving Hearts Day check? We're going to go present to so-and-so. And I'm like, they're not a participating charity. They have to opt in every year. And so just make sure that the charity that you're selecting and nominating for this $25,000 giveaway through Gate City Bank, that they're a Giving Hearts Day participant. Okay. Look at that. Done. How easy. Okay, and do you know who you're going to give your other gift card to? Awesome. Sweet. Okay, perfect. See how easy that is? Okay, thank you for being my guinea pig. Okay, the businesses. The businesses are getting involved. These are just a couple of examples of things that have shown up on my feed. Lily and Lavender has a shopping day in all of their locations. I dropped off a Henry at Ide Bailey yesterday, so this isn't the best photo, but they are doing a goods drive for 31-8 project. And then here's an example of a coffee shop that's got a coffee specialty. You're going to go drink coffee. You're going to go do your taxes or whatever it is that maybe you've never been to Lily and Lavender. So that's another way you can get involved and give back. So with that, I want to invite a couple of charities up. So ladies, if you'll come join me. And I want you to hear from them a little bit. I've got a couple of questions that I'm going to specifically ask them as they get settled up here. And then Evan will come up and we'll open it up to audience Q&A. The other things that are up front is if you're looking for swag, the t-shirts, you can actually order through the company in Fargo, and you can put your own branded logo on them. Excuse me a second. I got a tickle. But that deadline's fast approaching to get these here in time. And of course, we've got some fantastic companies in town that offer logo gear too. So on that Giving Hearts Day website is a resources. I'm so sorry, I need a drink. Is a resources tab, and you can download all of the Giving Hearts Day logos. Oh wow, it's a perfect time to pass the baton. All right. So do you remember the questions I emailed you at like midnight last night? Oh, okay, me neither. So I wrote them down. Thank you, first of all three of you for being here. I'm going to let you do your own introductions. And then, like I mentioned, last year we invited charities up here and they got to talk freely, and I wanted to shape that up a little bit. So I've got questions. How am I doing on time? Okay. So I'll probably just ask you 3 of the questions that I sent you, but if you could pass the mic and answer the question. So briefly tell us about your organization's mission. So 1 to 2 sentences.
All right, my name is Christy Dodd. I'm with Families Flourish ND, and we have offices here in Bismarck, but we work all across the state. And our mission really is to do the child abuse prevention efforts across all of North Dakota, working with families, communities, schools. And our goal is to make sure that every child in North Dakota grows up with a happy, healthy, safe childhood.
Pretty important. Thank you, Christy. Okay, Kelsey.
Hello. Hi, I'm here. I'm Kelsey Zottnick with Tracy Sanctuary House. And Tracy Sanctuary House is a local nonprofit started by my family in memory of my mom, Tracy. And what we do is we house families and loved ones who are from out of town who are utilizing our hospital systems. So any emergency medical needs that people are coming from Montana, South Dakota, all across the United States, if their loved one is hospitalized in Bismarck, they can stay at Tracy Sanctuary House for 24 hours all the way up to 6 weeks while their loved one is in the hospital.
Good morning. I'm Aasta Eggert. I'm with the Bismarck Cancer Center. So we raise funds for our foundation, and our foundation provides a lot for patients and the family members. So we have our big expense is apartments. So we raise funds for apartments. We have yoga. We have equine therapy. We just do a lot to try and take care of all of the patients that have to walk through our doors.
Yeah, oh, that's awesome. All 3 vital to our community. Where would people receive these services if they didn't exist? That's the question I'm always asking myself. And so my next question to you is, if someone gives to you for Giving Hearts Day today, which by the way, early giving is open, so you can, how would that money be used in the next 30 to 60 days?
So we are a local nonprofit with very little funding, so every dollar that is given to Tracy Sanctuary House is put right back into Tracy Sanctuary House. So we have a physical home. We have to buy everything for an emergency night stay, toilet paper, things like that. And then we also, the families that stay with us only are requested. They're asked to donate $25 a night. So the additional funds will go right back into just the utilities and the operations of the house itself.
And for us, the funding goes directly back into education in the community and talking to parents about what it means to keep your kids safe or to have more skills that give them opportunities. So it all goes back into training with the families that we work with.
Okay.
Yeah, and for the Bismarck Cancer Center, we are currently down 8 apartments. So we also provide housing to our patients, and we found out that the beams in one of our apartments was not up to code and basically crumbling. So right now that's where a lot of our money is going to. And then also we don't turn anybody away for treatment. And so if you come to us and your insurance isn't covering, we don't want you to not get what you need. And so a lot of our funding also goes towards that.
Thank you. My last question, and these are like to get you guys warmed up, right, is what's one quick story or a moment that shows the impact of your work, something that has stuck with you personally? I don't think we get to hear those stories very often, right? We're up here, we're scripted, we're thinking about our mission, but I want to hear a personal impact from you all.
Yeah, absolutely. So we do a lot of health fairs in our community, and it's just really impactful for me. I don't obviously treat all the patients downstairs or any of them. We should all be thankful for that. There's much more qualified people. And so I get to hear the stories that they often don't. And so the people saying thank you, or you helped my mom, or you made me live an extra, 10 years. That's really impactful for me. Last week we did a testimonial, and there was just a card that was handwritten in crayon that said, "Thanks for saving my mom." And so just hearing stuff like that is pretty cool.
Yeah, so Tracy's has been around for 20 years, and I've had the pleasure to be the director full-time since 16. But this year has been a hard year. We've had a lot of families at Tracy Sanctuary House, but we actually had a family that had called me in an emergency situation. Their loved one had tried to commit suicide and was unsuccessful, and he was life-flighted to Bismarck from the Dickinson area, and their loved ones were extended families from New Mexico, Arizona, and Mexico. And 2 days later, his mom arrived, and there's a long road of recovery because he had a gunshot wound to the head. And she stayed with us for several weeks, kind of not knowing what was going to go on. And her family member that stayed with us was kind of our translator because she didn't have very good English. And we were kind of going back and forth. And she stood there and hugged me for 3 minutes. It felt like a lifetime. And all she could say was thank you, because she doesn't know what the next road looks like for her. And what his outcome is going to be. And he ended up getting transferred to Minnesota to do some additional surgeries to see if they could help him out. So that was a hard one this year.
Wow.
And for us and for me, we do a home visiting program. And so we work with families that are at risk and do home visiting. And was talking with a staff person. We saw 173 families last year through our program around the state. And one of the most exciting things when you're working in prevention is when abuse doesn't happen. And so learning that such a tiny percent of our families go back into the system for abuse or issues is huge, because that means we're breaking the cycle, and these kids are having a different outcome than even what their parents had. So that to me is probably one of the most exciting things when I hear those stories.
Thank you all for sharing. I think that's where it pulls on our heartstrings, and we go, I can connect and relate. So thank you. And I know the audience has more questions, and I'm going to invite Evan up as well. I don't know. Can you advance my slide for me, please, tech team? And hi, online people. I see my notes now that we've got some people online too. So the next, and one of my final comments for you is we've got our main headquarters events, and this is an invitation to all of you. I've got electronic versions of this, so send us an email, events@13thhat, and we will forward this on to you so you can share it as well. But the event takes place at the 701 venue in Mandan, 1700 East Main. That formerly is known as Send It, right behind Culver's. And please help. Let's celebrate the work that these charities are doing. Please show up and let's educate you on charities. And then there's so much fun going on. So it's from 3 to 8. We will go live with the team in Fargo on their TV show a couple of times. We're waiting for that information. So I just like to give this little caveat. If you show up and the team is like, can you just hang out up front? There's a purpose. It's probably because we're live on TV, but there's an opportunity to meet and greet the charities with activities. There's live remote interviews going on all day with radio stations, and they might grab a community member and say, why are you here? And tell us what Giving Hearts Day means to you. The live check presentation. So if you are giving to a charity and you want to take a photo with them, we've got the great big, cardboard check that you can take pictures with. We'll have music, interactive art. We've got our fun photo booth, snacks, and more. So Jake's here from Valuable Visits, Kyle with Thrivent, who I mentioned, Shields, they're all there. They've got interactive booths with fun games, so there'll be plenty of things for you to do. Come by yourself, bring a pack of people, and we want to pack the house and share with you. My favorite personal story from doing our live event 3 years ago was we did it just 2 doors down at the vacant office, and then we moved it last year because we outgrew the space already. But a gentleman had heard us on the live remote, and he came in and said, I just got off shift work from, I think, Hazen, Beulah area, like not Belcourt, but Hazen, Beulah area. So he was on his way back from shift work, and he goes, today, and I will get choked up. He said, today is my wife's heaven date. She died of cancer a year ago today, and I stopped at the ATM and I got $200. and I want to know how I give it. And so I had a chance, to sit with him and show him how to find a charity to give that day. And that will be forever with me. And so this day just truly is more than about giving. You have the opportunity to give your time, share your stories, give your money, give your funds, and really get involved. So with that, this is the highlights of how you can get involved. So please become a participant, share the campaigns that you're seeing on social media that these charities are working hard and putting their marketing dollars towards. Go to Giving Hearts Day, find that charity that means something to you. Sponsor, join us at the main event. And what I mean by that is if you can't decide and you're like, I just want to get involved and I've got some money, if you're a business specifically, we've got things like the photo booth, the meals, the entertainment that we could use support with as well. Sign up as a business showing your support and then also visit those businesses. So thank you. And now time for questions. So.
All right. Wow. That's a lot.
Yes.
Wow. Well, thank you for all being here. We got Ross on the mug mic here, so throw a hand up if you have a question. I have kind of maybe a data question for you.
Oh, good. I've got
Deidre.
my cheat sheet.
Well, I suspect that the number of giving participants probably is increasing every year. What can you tell us about on the giving side, numbers of people who are actually participating and maybe what the average spend is doing over time?
Yes. So I will say that Hexa-Hive is here, and one thing that the team in Fargo has done is invest in some additional and new marketing tools to spread the information further across the state. It's very heavily focused in the eastern part of the state, which makes sense because that's where it was started. So yes, those numbers are giving. Do you know off the top, is it 3 or 5? When somebody gives, is it an average of 3 or 5? An average of 3 charities a donor gives to. And so you heard on the video, you'll hear me talk about it at learning series with these charities. Sometimes we show up with the mindset of, I don't want to expose who my donors are because I don't want somebody to compete or take them. But truly, we're seeing our donors are collaborating. And so yes, that trend is growing. The amount of giving is growing as well. And I think it has to do with the ability and some of the training that they get with telling their stories and how their dollars are going to be used. So, I mean, I've got, all kinds of information and statistics and numbers. 86,590 total donations, 619 charities. All of that is on the website, and those numbers grow every year.
Not a surprise, but Shania.
Hey, so this is for the 3 of you. I first have to say thank you for coming to 1 Million Cups this morning. I learned about a number of charities because they presented with you in the past, and we've given to them ever since, because you're just like, whoa, I had no idea. So thank you for being here and sharing that. My question to you all is, what, if you could pick, what's the most important lesson you've learned by participating in Giving Hearts Day? Because I know there's a lot of education there, so.
One at a time.
I guess they do a lot of training for us, and being I'm a one-man team, it's been really helpful to collaborate with other nonprofits during those trainings and seeing what they do, and we actually work together, and that's a pretty cool feeling. And there's a cohort in Bismarck, and so that has been really beneficial, and just the training of telling our story and how that looks. So,
and I think, and I totally agree, because working with all the nonprofits in the area, you're getting new ideas, you're getting what is working, and people are so willing to help and share. Try this idea, go to this place, present here, And so it really is that collaborative spirit is what I have learned the most from.
Yeah, I agree with all those. And also I've learned, this is a personal thing, I'm horrible at asking, but ask. People are willing to give if you're willing to share your story, and if you're willing to say, hey, this is what we're raising our funds for, they're willing. So you just have to, this is a me thing, get over it and ask. And people are very giving in this community, and the charities look at all of them, donate to all of them. It's obviously we're passionate about our own, but everybody is so great and so wonderful to work with, just the community involvement that we have. We're really lucky to be in this community.
Yes.
Deidre, mine's very less heavy. Where'd you get your shoes?
Oh. I don't even think Kyle knows I have these yet, so I was excited for Kyle to see them. He will be best dressed on Giving Hearts Day, guaranteed, but I had to up my game this year. It's Macy's online. I wish I could say local because I'm a big local shopper, but Macy's, yeah.
Question for the three. How long have each of your organizations been involved in Giving Hearts Day?
Oh, when was the first year? Yeah, I'm going to quiz you now because that's how long we've done it. I've been involved. This is my 4th Giving Hearts Day with the Bismarck Cancer Center. I've done a few Giving Hearts Day with other nonprofits, but this is my 4th with the Bismarck Cancer Center.
I think we started it in 2018. I think that's when it was.
And we've been doing it for 5 years. I've been 4 years, and the first year was a complete disaster.
Well, it sounds like it's a process, right? You probably
Yes.
get better every year, I would assume, and for a veteran there, I assume you get better at it and learn from previous years. Yes.
Very simple, easy question. So the gift cards, because we plan on giving a bunch away at our business at an event we're doing. Can I pick them up, or how long do they take to mail to me?
They are very quick to mail, and no, we do not have them locally. They're activated in Fargo. Great question, because you want to order them now, soon. So you've got them in your hands. Oh, they electronic as well, yes. Yes. Thanks, team.
Hi, I'm part of a small nonprofit. I'm executive director of a very small nonprofit, and I understand there is a cost as far as being a part of Giving Hearts Day. Why would a nonprofit like mine, why should we be involved?
I think that's a great question.
That's a great question because we are a very small nonprofit as well, and that our board toyed with that when we started, and I kind of jumped in head first. And the collaboration between all the other nonprofits, it's also a movement. There's no way myself and I and our small board could raise $20,000 to $25,000 in one day without it. So for us, it was kind of like, well, we're gonna try it, and it's worked every year, and we've gained so many new followers and new donors because it's a different donor pool than what our kind of old donor list was. It's a digital donor pool that is totally different than what kind of our old kind of the ladies that write the checks. So it's a whole different demographic of people that we see.
And I would also add, as an organization who's been around for 48 years, most people didn't even know we existed. And so the opportunity just to educate people and share with what we're doing and to gain new skills that we could never have afforded to send staff to learn is huge. I mean, some of the trainings all the trainings are great, but the access to some of the professionals that we get access to with this, and then we've built our donor database. When I started, we had 0 people on our list, and we have grown that list.
Yeah, I would say as far as growing lists and all that is that we send out giving letters quarterly, and so for us, you feel like you're asking a lot every time. And obviously not everybody gives every time, but I also feel like Giving Hearts Day just kind of broadens that list year by year to where you're not feeling like you're asking the same people over and over and over. And I feel good about that because I don't want to be the person or the charity that's greedy, just keeps asking. So I feel like this is a good way to broaden that, to grow your reach.
Yes.
This is for Christy. Just wondering what other programs you guys do in the community.
In the community, we do home visiting, we do programs with schools. So when children have had experience with law enforcement, we have a program called Handle with Care that trains teachers on how to respond so that they're aware of what is going on, not the incident and not what happened, but they're aware that Christy Dodd, handle with care, and that's all the school knows, but they understand. That means something traumatic happened in her life the night before, so just be aware of it. So we try to wrap all around the families. We also do some advocacy work up at the Capitol and help teachers understand the importance of being a mandated reporter and all the mandated reporter training. And so we are involved in lots of stuff with our small but mighty staff of 4 that covers all of North Dakota.
Unfortunately, we are out of time. However, I would guess you guys might hang for a little while if people have some more questions.
I thought we were ordering luncheon and hanging out. No?
Well,
No?
I don't know.
Okay.
We can do that.
Patriot, can we get some shakes? Okay, yeah, see? Okay.
So Ross, what final question have you crafted for us here this morning?
It's a one that I'm sure we've already talked about for whatever the hour is here, but what can we as the 1 Million Cups community do to help you guys? It's kind of like your last pitch for everybody to come to how can we help you out?
I would say get involved. Giving Hearts Day is newer in this area, so tell people about it. Get involved and tell them that there are some really amazing charities in this area, and we all would appreciate support.
Yeah, I agree. Go ahead, do your research, find something that you're passionate about and give, whether that is a food drive, whether that is a monetary donation, whether it's just volunteering. I know we all have small staffs. Our foundation doesn't have any as well. So go and volunteer. I mean, just boots on the ground. That's what we need.
I would say just tell people about our charities as well. We are asking you to be an extended family and ambassador for Tracy Sanctuary House, and so the more you know, the more other people can know, and that's how it's a grassroots effort. So that's how we've been doing it for 20 years, and so that has worked out, and just get involved and learn about what we have going on in our community.
And I will say something that I didn't talk about yet is go back to your employers, or if you are a business owner, go to that website and register as a business. I know every other newsletter in the whole wide world takes like 87 clicks to unsubscribe, but Giving Hearts Day, in order to be a business, you have to opt in every single year. And we don't know that you're doing activities supporting charities unless you opt in, and then we have the opportunity to highlight you and market you and share your story and support you. And so that's one of my asks is to please go to that website and sign up as a Giving Hearts Day business supporter.
Well, let's have a round of applause for these folks. Thank you so much for being here. And giving us the opportunity to use all 5 of our Million Cups chairs. I mean, that's all there was. There are no more, so in case anybody's wondering. Well, let's look ahead. I also forgot to welcome the folks that are streaming today on YouTube. We always have a number that couldn't be here today, so they're watching us virtually. So I'm glad to have them as well. So next week, February 4th, we've got Enlighten Healthcare. Tanya's going to be here telling us about her business, and then LaCo Solutions. Kay is going to be here on the 11th of February. On the 18th, we've got Eric with Lucet giving us an update. Lucet was on stage, gosh, it's been probably a couple of years ago, and I'm really excited to see what turns his business has taken. If you don't already know, we got some new people here. So these are the ways to keep in contact with 1 Million Cups. We've got a Facebook page. That's a great way to see what's upcoming. We've got an email address up there if you want to interact with us directly. That comes to our organizers. You can also let us know. You can watch Facebook, follow us. That way you'll see what's coming. The middle link there is YouTube. So if you can't make it any given week, but you're traveling or whatever, and you still want to catch us, that is a great way to do it. Plus, those are recorded, so you can catch them after the fact as well. And that's all we've got for you this morning. Again, these guys have some great information, some swag up front, so grab that. They're going to be hanging out down here if you've got some questions that you weren't able to ask. So thank you, and have a great rest of your week.